You can do it.
It's a little slow today.
Yeah.
Oh, let's try to-
Oh my gosh. Come on. There. There. Almost. Oh, it's trying so hard. There we go. Okay. And oh, stop that. Go away.
Great.
Hang on. I'll get out of the way. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you, babe.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for waiting. It's been quite a day. I just got out of the shower. Hair's still wet, but I'm ready for the woo folk. So let me just find this on my phone so I can watch a couple places, make sure it's up. Yep, it's up. Wow, it is taking a long time. Look at that. Okay, and then I'm just going to be able to look at the chat because I'm thinking people are going to ask these two beautiful people some questions today. I'm going to limit my opening and then limit my answers, but I'll be one of the answers if Spirit says go. So let us see. Okay, these are the woo-woo people from Woo-Woo-Ville. Otherwise, I call them the woo folk.
Hello.
Hi,
Lola Singer.
I am Lola.
Valley Torres. Okay, all right, beautiful people. These guys are my actual family. So when I worried about, I never worry about what people are going to say or what's going to come up. But I did say to my guides, "What do I need to know?" And they're like, "Not much," because each one of them can talk about what they do separately and together very, 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 very well. My small little opening here. Yeah, there we are. My small little opening is Happy New Moon, if you believe in that kind of stuff, everybody. It's about problem solving, an inner reset, observe clearly, and ground. So you may have been feeling frustrated, foggy, taken for a ride. It's time to get off that ride. You paid for that ride.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
So if you're on the ride and there's the merry-go-round, boom, ba-doo, 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 pick one of those horses, make it your fire horse, and get off that ride. Okay, get off that ride. Let's see. Be sure you're in your body because everybody I've worked with lately, nah, they're not in their body. They're not even close. They're or whatever it is they're doing, you know. And I've caught myself out of my body too. So what we want to do is we're going to ask these two beautiful people what they've been up to, what they've been working on together and separately, whatever they want to talk about. It's totally cool. It's also totally cool if y'all ask some questions and I'll be able to see those questions. So think about what you want to know from these guys. We're going to ask how that March stuff is going. Anyway, and if your horsey's out in the pasture, what's it doing? Is it still in the barn? Whatever. We've got high-speed solar wind coming in because there's pictures in real time where it's going, and then when it comes to us, we may feel like I felt, which was my lips going when I woke up this morning. The energy's super high right now, and I'm kind of loving that stuff. I really love the meteor that went over Pennsylvania into Ohio. I love watching that. If I was an Ohio man, I'd be digging that puppy. I'd be finding it. But it was super cool to see that. And there might be some auroras. I've gone out. I go out at night and stand there like a jerk in the middle of the road looking up. The other day, I was on the phone with somebody standing out in the middle of the road, and this car was like, boom, which they just don't do on my road. And I was like, I don't know what that was all about, but up behind the tree I went. So this allegedly back in February was going to be March Mental Health month. March was Mental Health Month. Okay. And my friend here, Amaral, works that shadow like a stripper pole.
That's a funny way to describe it, but
I do too. I just don't broadcast it.
I know you, and I do too, because I love that stuff. That's where all the good stuff is. That's where you learn all the stuff, right? Your shadow. So that's why you guys were here, but I just have to say it out loud finally because it's been a freaking month and it's only the 18th. My two other guests, Brandon Niblett, who was back in the other month, but he's going to Egypt, and so he's going to have more to talk about. So he decided he wants to come after Egypt, which was great. He's going to be awesome. And then Marty Melville had some stuff going on the same day I had Super Foggy Head. And so those two people really are coming. So everything I said is going to happen. It just didn't happen in the exact spot. So now I'm totally up to date. So you beautiful people, go ahead and tell everybody. I mean, everybody knows you, but tell everybody, Lola or whoever wants to start first, about yourself and why you decided to come on March Mental Health Month. If you knew that, I'm not sure you knew that, but you might have.
I didn't know that, but I have a psychology degree, so I appreciate that. I
Awesome.
used to be a smoking cessation counselor, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm Lola Singer, and I am a psychic intuitive. I met Mary at psychic fairs around Western Washington. We became friends that way. And I'm also a longtime student of somebody you recently had on your program, which, if anybody remembers Eli Sarabeth, he's been my mentor for 15 years. So I read the Thoth Tarot deck. I've been working with it exclusively the whole time and learning from one of the best esoteric teachers that's available. And as I was going through my spiritual journey and doing psychic fairs, I started to really appreciate someone named Susan McAlilly, who does the fairs in uh, Ed, not Edmonds, Mill Creek,
Mhm, mhm.
and she's a someone who does spirit portraits. So she'll draw your spirit guide. And then I moved up to a different county where I'm at now, Skagit County, about 8 years ago, and I started doing art again. And one day I wondered, can I do what Susan does? So I started drawing my own guides. And because I'm pretty intuitive, I said, okay, well, let me experiment and see if I can tune into other people's guides too. And so now I'm doing spirit guide drawings as well and delivering people's messages about their guides to them and whatever their guides want to say. So the reason I wanted to bring that up is because I actually have a special going on through the end of March. So March Mental Health Month, maybe part of that mental health would be finding out who wants to help you on the spirit side.
Right.
So I do have a special. Normally it's $60 to get a drawing. They're hand drawn. I've got some examples here so you can see really hand drawn,
Mhm.
hand drawn,
Yeah, they're super cool. I
but
have.
digitally delivered.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
and those are $60, but this month to the end of March, it's going to be 45. So if anybody's interested, if we're friends on Facebook, just message me. If we're not friends on Facebook, I'm sure Mary can connect us somehow.
Sure.
Anyway, that's enough of my shameless self-promotion.
Okay. No, there's definitely spots here for shameless self-promotion at the end too, because I want everybody to know about her special offers because Spirit pointed me back to my year that's hanging on my wall. She calls it the compass,
Navigator's compass reading.
navigator's compass, and it
I'm
hang
on
whatever
that.
I absolutely need to have that I don't want to forget hangs on my wall. Just a piece of tape, a post right on my wall.
Yeah.
And my guides kept telling me, go look at that. And it took me till today to go look at it. And the thing they wanted me to see was right there, black and white.
Yeah, I had someone else tell me that recently. That's a 12-month forecast, and they looked at it again recently, went, my goodness, the things that you told me at the beginning of the year, it's really unfolding. And anyway, getting back to, I've been up in Skagit County for a while, and I met this guy up here.
Yeah.
Take it.
Hello, my name is Amaral Valle. So let's see. I came in as um, in COVID was my first time my world as I once thought it was going closed down, and it got me to have a really deep look in the mirror and realize I didn't know myself and I didn't know anything about myself because I lived a life of catering to others. So I went through a fast track of learning. My spirit guides call it rocket ship learning. And literally, ever since then, I dedicated 24/7 to my spiritual growth. I've learned a lot. Um, what's interesting is I met Lola when I was first starting out, so I'm sure she's the one that can really say the differences between the before and the after and how much I've changed. In I provide a breath work session every other week in it's through Zoom and it's completely free. That's my way of helping the collective. And if you're interested in that, also reach out to me. And if not, reach out to Mary and she'll get you to connected with me. Um, it's interesting because Welcome to Woo-Woo-Ville was something that I did not expect. It was literally like my guides were telling me, you need to do more spiritual things, you need to do more, like get more out there, do things that like really are connecting with you. And then one time,
You're jumping ahead of the gun just a little bit. What is Welcome to Woo-Woo-Ville?
okay, well, Welcome to Woo-Woo-Ville is our podcast, which is one of the reasons why we were brought here about. And Lola invited me to a podcast that she was going to start, but she didn't want to do it by herself.
Mhm.
And so that was very interesting because I truly felt at first, I was like, great, what am I going to talk about? But I mean, I'm aligned to do this. I'm just going to go for it. And then
Yeah.
it just started, it was a very good alignment. The funny thing about it is that we're very opposites in some ways, but we're not opposites in a way where we ever argue about something because in reality, we are each going to have a point about something, and that's where we're at, that's where our growth is at, and then we just move on. And I feel that the fact that we're different also brings more to the audience that we're catering to because what Welcome to Woo-Woo-Ville is especially done for people to help them during their awakening journey. Now, because of that, we find ourselves in so many wearing so many different hats and going through so much. And what our podcast is about is really going back to what did I what did I hope I could get from? Like what was one thing that was never told to me during my awakening journey that I
Mhm.
didn't learn until later on in it just
Yeah.
made sense. But before that, it was all over the place. So we've just been really trying to kind of tackle a lot because we've been doing it for over a year now. So we
Mhm.
tackled quite a few subjects and quite a lot of information. So yeah, in March has been intense because I feel like I'm definitely going with that horse and riding it fast. But what people don't understand is that it just moves the energy faster. So that means things come faster. We clear things faster. So I've been taking full advantage of it. And also, you have to understand that there's cycles and there's those natural cycles we go through. So, for example, we're technically still in winter as we move to spring. There's also a lot of shedding that comes in winter because of that is a natural cycle that we go through. Example, on the regular calendar, we have a new year, but I felt absolutely nothing. But as soon as that fire horse energy came in, like the new year on the Chinese so calendar, that I felt energetically completely. So definitely um, yeah, I wish we could go back to the real calendar that we are on just because that makes so much more sense and our bodies just react to that a lot more. They're literally intended to go with that calendar because it's our natural calendar.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to Welcome to Woo-Woo-Ville, I'm going to
Yeah,
back
you
a
say
little.
what about Woo?
I was asked if I wanted to do a podcast, and it was an opportunity where I went, I don't think I'm a Gemini. I need to have somebody to talk with.
Mhm.
So I thought to myself, well, I'd be willing to do it if I had a co-host. And I wanted it specifically to be for people who are new to the spiritual journey, to know
Mhm.
the things that we wish we knew earlier, just like
Yeah.
Amaral said. And he was the first person I thought about. And
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
So he walked into a psychic fair I was at, and I saw him, and I cornered him at the water fountain. I have a question for you. And he said yes. And what he's talking about, we know, I think most of the time we do agree. It's
Hmm.
very rarely when we don't,
Yeah.
but we have different philosophies
Yep.
sometimes, and we always agree to disagree.
Hmm.
And what we're trying to do is show people that oftentimes with the spiritual journey, it feels like, two steps forward and one step back. And we usually tend to look at the one step back and forget that we're still ahead of the game. And so we're trying to let people know that, hey, we survived it. These things are normal. You think you're making progress, and all of a sudden you feel like there's a roadblock,
Mhm.
and that we can help you through that because we've been through that ourselves.
Yes, those roadblocks. So what has been coming up now? And everybody out there, wherever you are, because I shared it out a bunch and these guys did too, please ask some questions for these two. We're all going to give it a little bitty tiny look as to your question. We'll read it. We all do something different, so we'll read it and give you that info if you want. Thanks everybody for coming. Some of our friends are out there, which is nice to have. This is, it doesn't seem to make any difference when these things go out because people watch them all different times.
Yep.
So I don't have a better time than any other. It just happens to be when's Tom home to hook me up because I still try to touch it as little as possible. So this March energy was very cloudy, feeling fuzzy. I had many clients say, I feel like I have a hangover and I don't drink. I definitely thought about hangover too. So, the Pisces energy and the fact that we were between two eclipses, right? And today is the new moon. In a couple days, it's going to be spring equinox. Yes, because a lot of us had, really raucous, raucous weather this year. And I look outside and I can see the little signs of spring. Finally, thank God. It was a long one. But I have heard people say this year with the weather has been completely different. And now we know and we're aware, I'm just going to throw this out, you guys can talk about it if you want, that a lot of things that we thought were absolutely written in stone are absolutely a pile of poo. And that's been hard for people, some people. Some of that stuff didn't twist me up because we knew that a long time ago that it was a pile of poo. We just didn't know how deep it went, and it went really deep. And as we thought, us people who knew about it was from all sides, world over. And that's tough for people to hear because people sometimes still believe of the two sides or whatever they believe. So we're now understanding that the poo is deep, and that's why if you guys are a person that ever looks on my social media, you will see me every once in a while taking a little photo of a big pile of horse manure or using the sign that says free horse manure. So does anybody want to talk about how people are feeling, you are feeling, anybody's feeling about what I just said?
Look, I'm already doing light language.
I said that, yes.
I'm always managing energy for groups. And when you were talking, I was thinking it's really the collective you're talking about. There are so many of us, we've done our research for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. Some of us remember David Icke from the beginning.
Yeah.
So we've had time for our nervous systems to adjust to things we don't like, but yet we've had that time. The collective is being thrust into this. They're having no time to digest this. It's just like a crash course in what we learned over decades. So I think it's our job, and maybe that's why I'm moving the hands already, is our job to be as balanced and centered for them like a gyroscope. They're going to be moving around us like this. Of course they're spinning. We were spinning when we first learned this stuff. We went through all the grief cycle, disbelief, anger, right? We went through it all. We recognize what's going on. We don't like it. We never have. But now our job is because we're aware of it. We've had time to process it. We need to be steady for everybody else. That's my feeling anyway.
The older folk are steady for the younger people to come in and
It's not even older. It's just the people who bothered to investigate early or not.
yeah, I guess I would say mostly people that I know that are older had figured that out, but I guess maybe a little maturity helped.
Yeah,
So
I've seen
you
young
might-
people who are very aware of what's happening.
You might be a super mature 30, 20 teen. You might have come in and you're 5 years old and you get it. You can look at some of those folk and go, oh no. So what do you think about that younger person?
So I come from a different thing as far as I just I tune into the energy that's coming in and what it's doing for changes. And I'm so excited. Like I can't help it. Like I just love the collapsing of all the programs that have not worked. I am that person. Like I'm loving it. Like I'm grabbing that popcorn and having it because here's the thing. Most people think that being Zen and being like spiritual means like, oh, you're so like whatever. We were made for these times. Literally, there's fire all around us, and we are at the most peaceful point we could ever be because we're there to hold space and
Yeah.
we're there to become observers and we're there to be the change. And that's what people don't understand. Like anything that bothers you personally, it's great because it's somewhere to look at. Because guess what? If it's triggering you, it's work that needs to be done. I am a dissector of my own growth. If there's a slight hint of uncomfortable, I'm
Mhm.
there with a microscope and dissecting it and everything because I love my journey. I love the growth. You know what's so crazy is I'm not going to say it was gentle. It was like the hardest damn thing I've ever done in my life. It
Yeah.
was the most painful thing I've ever done. But after the deep core wounds, you start seeing life in such a different way, in such a more of a, I love my journey because it's taught me so much. I'm compassionate to others because I see where I once was. And I'm grateful for this thing called life because it just keeps getting better. And that's where I'm at. That's how I feel because and I'm very grounded too. It's not like I'm just like love and light because I know that obviously everything exists. However, I choose to be grounded and I choose to be that person that truly from the heart wants to help others because it's already been through a lot that can bring a lot into the table for others. So that's where I'm at.
That is where you're at. And I love watching it. Um, I feel pretty solid most of the time. And when you're a peaceful person that holds peace and, dares to talk about love, you will get some blowback on that, especially right now, because people are in their own corners,
Mhm.
choosing their sides. And we understand to make a choice,
Yep.
create something.
Yeah, but we're here to master polarity. Otherwise, we wouldn't come to this realm. So we're master players. We said, give us the advanced video game.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So that's exactly why embodiment, spirit in body,
Mhm.
is that polarity. So
Mhm.
you talked about embodiment early at the beginning. I think that's the lesson a lot of us are getting right here, right now in the last couple months.
Mhm.
We've done a lot of spiritual shifting. We've done a lot of mental and emotional work. Now, how do we carry that within our bodies?
Absolutely. And I think that was every class we've ever had in all the years I've taught it. It was always about your DNA. It was always about embodiment. It was always about going further up. It was always about going further down. And so every time I have an issue, and I'm like this guy right here, if I've got a little, I'm going to go after it. I'm going to go to the codes and I'm going to clear myself. Um, but it does help to be able to have made a choice.
Yep.
This is what people get pissed at me about is I have made a choice that I'm going to do all of that stuff and be right in the middle of all this and seeing it, looking at it, observing it. I'm going to do that and make sure I'm walking my talk.
Mhm.
So your next question is, how are you guys observing? And we're going to stop very quickly because I'm assuming people are going to have some questions.
Mhm.
I have one now, I think, or two. How are you guys doing with observing some of the people who are speaking? I'm not going to say that, holy ones. I'm not going to say out their hat. How about that? About we're all going to die, World War III. Blah, 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 blah. I just don't get that. I don't get that. I get things are changing big time, falling down, falling
Yeah.
down. But if we make a choice to be builders, we're going to build. Builders got to build. So what
There
do
are
you got to think
people
about
within the collective who haven't chosen to look at themselves.
that?
And
That's
so the harder it gets, the more they're going to have to look at themselves. So it's not comfortable. it's a lot easier if you do it, like you said, by choice, rather than feel like the rug's been pulled out for you in a true tower moment. But
Mhm.
it's going to have to be a true tower moment for the collective to get it. And we only need a very small percentage to create very positive change. And so it's kind of like uh, it's kind of like we've whispered, we've talked, we've shown, we've given them diagrams, and they've chosen not to pay attention. So now the universe is causing them to pay attention right now. So
That's interesting you should say that, because if you guys remember from years back, certain people knew certain things, but it was like they were going to let everybody walk through that on their own. Yay, I like that. But what they would say is, I know what's going to happen, but I'll not say.
I'm gonna beg to differ on that. One thing you learn in tarot is you never know what's going to happen. There's no such thing as predicting the future. Tarot cards do not predict the future. What they
Right.
do is they show where your energy is aligned,
At the moment.
what's likely to happen if you keep going the way you are.
That's why I like that work. I think it's really, really great. What I'm talking about though, are some very big voices right now saying, I'd love you guys to talk about this just for a second. I'm going to stay with it because I see it happen, and I see it happen close to me regarding World War III.
Mhm.
Everybody's going to evaporate. Okay. We
Mhm.
got to trust one person. One person's going to save us.
Mm-mm,
Mm.
mm-mm.
And you're going to have to go back to this old stuff to do it. And everybody else is wrong. How do you feel about that?
I personally, so here's my thing that I've discovered from my own growth experience. The fear that someone is projecting out, the bigger is where they need to work on themselves. So, in
Mhm.
other words, what you're spilling out as fear, and the most fearful people are the people that need the most work in they're lacking the most inner work. Why?
Mhm.
Because when you're truly doing the inner work, you're bringing constant peace. Yes, it's not easy. Yes, you're going to get triggered. Yes, there's going to be some heavy releases you're going to be doing. But as a result, every time you're clearing yourself, you're finding out more who you truly are. So you're no longer getting pulled into this warfare of, oh, this is happening or whatever. Because a lot of the times, I don't personally watch the news. I don't connect. I don't even watch movies. They're like, just violent and stuff. Funny enough, the other day my husband was watching a movie that happened to have dead bodies, and I was so grossed out, and I absolutely was like, no, we're changing it. And he was a little bit upset. And I said, one thing you have to understand is that I value my peace.
Mhm.
I value the world I live into. So, in order for me to create that world, that means I have to follow up and hold myself responsible for what I'm hearing, for what I'm watching, and for what my actions I'm taking. Because without that, you're going to be pushed and shoved all over the place, and you're going to be so easily like brainwashed by this or that. And the truth is, I see it in a bigger scale. Like I see it happening even with spiritual people. There's some spiritual people that are also going into the fear thing. Not that I tune into that. When I see something that's fear based, there's a little on my social media, there's a little square button on the top right corner, and you put not interested, and guess what? Your logarithm just changes. My social media has no politics,
Mhm.
no negative people, no celebrities, no war stuff. I just don't have, and it's not because I'm being delusional, it's because I'm being intentional about the world that I'm creating. I value my world. I value what I'm living. So because of that, I am doing everything that I can to create that world. Because it would be wishy-washy for me to say, I want a good world. I'm evolving. I'm growing into this new world, and then cater to all the negativity that's out there. It makes no sense. That's the counter opposite.
I'm just uninterested in it. Absolutely. And
Got to
the
remember law of attraction too, where your intention and especially your emotions plus your intention go, that's
Mhm.
what you manifest. So if you're doing that, you're manifesting exactly what you don't want. If you're applying fear and your mind to an outcome like that, that is where your magic goes. So what I think Amaral's talking about is put your intention in your emotion into the wonderful possibilities. What if we evade that? What if the world shifts in a much more gentle way? What if people start waking up and just stop participating in these programs that keep you down, just by peaceful means? That is how you actually use your intention in a positive, constructive way. If you're focusing on gloom and doom, that is exactly how you're being programmed by those who wish you to do that. So
And I think if you feel it in your heart that that's yucky, it doesn't need to be in front of your eyes to
Yep.
keep you thinking about it.
The healthiest thing almost everybody says they've done is stop watching the news.
Oh Lord, yeah, absolutely. Years and years and years ago, I did that. And you know, the little device, I've 30-day snoozed, got rid of, you know. I tend to look at rocks. So there you go. But the thing is to when it was broadcast through our soul in a big way years ago that it was going to become super easy and super quick to manifest. A lot of us, all three of us, are good manifestors, and we know how that works. And we have, you know, got what we manifested, and we also got some crappy stuff if we had our thoughts turned to that. You know, we're wow-wowing about whatever, we're going to get some more of that. So lately, it's been instantaneous manifestation either way for people. And so if there's any possible way that we could possibly tell you to just curate what's going on in your world, there's nothing wrong with doing that, everybody. Everybody else curates that, and it's the opposite way. Not everybody, but a good chunk of people that I can look at. So
one of the tricks to being able to observe is to catch yourself when you're getting caught in like a fear spiral like that.
Yeah.
And say to yourself, when you catch it, say, I'm observing myself saying that. I am observing myself feeling that. It's like you're watching yourself, like you're watching your own TV show. That is the best way I think that I have found to work with those thoughts when they come up.
Yeah, I feel it. Do I feel something? Why do I feel that? And what can I do to get better perspective on it? That's
Well, no, not why do I feel it? I'm not, it's like I'm not even feeling it now. I'm observing someone else feeling it who says she's Lola.
Yeah.
There's a difference to it.
It's just a different way. We all do it in a different way. Okay, so what I would like to do is ask some people's questions. I tend to go with the body. Why does the body feel the way the body feels? Because the body is one thing. The Mary is something else. The observer.
Right. You got it.
Okay. We're saying the same thing, just in different words. So the question would be, so I think we might have answered Harmony's question. The center is so weird. She's ill, can't eat, don't know what's going on, but strange period in spirit. Guide said it's going to be changed. So buckle up. I guess I meant it. Yeah, there's a lot of thinking going on, Harmony. I'm just going to look real quick. If you are cool with code, I can send you a code. So let's just ask. Lola's going to read you quickly. Emerald's going to read you really quickly too, if that's okay with you. I guess since I'm blabbing, I'll go ahead and get you a code. So Holy Ones, are we all there? Yeah, we're all there. Okay. And is Harmony grounded and in the body? So I'm just going to give you some grounding in the body things, my dears. Just close your eyes for a second. So we're going to go 41, call your power back. 33, looping. Get back in the body. 120, 121, 122, 135. And then that thing that is kind of a dizzy. I don't know if you're feeling dizzy, but your body is showing me something. So let me find that, and then I'll get out of the way. But these guys, is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? If anybody's new, I'm just finding books of codes here. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 7? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? 135, release the dark web. So release the dark web is a shorthand code for some of the stuff we've been talking about. If that is not you, and you're not paying attention to news, there's nobody around you doing the yabber jabber, you're still picking it up anyway. We all are, because it just is. So there you go, 135 one more time. And then let me just look at you now, Harmony. You're looking good. Sister twin. She's the same day birthday as me. Body, mind, spirit, emotions. Going to go ahead and say how you feel as these guys give you a look. Go ahead.
Well, I'm very clairsentient, so I feel people. And Harmony, there's something, it's almost like covering your right eye. You see very clearly on the left, the right eye feels blocked. So what I'm guessing is you're getting a lot of sensory information coming in, but are you expressing it out? What are you seeing when you look out over the vista? So that's the first thing I was getting. And I pulled a card for you, which is the Princess of Swords. She's the fighting princess. She's the princess of thinking, and she's using her sword, her symbol, to get her emotions under control. So that is telling me maybe you've been going through some of the upset we've been talking about throughout this program. Maybe you're taking too much in without releasing it. And it seems to me, for some reason, you need to release it through your vision. So I would just imagine breathing energy out of your right eye, like almost like you breathe in and then breathe out and imagine it coming out of your right eye just to clear things up. And then maybe you're not going to feel as agitated as a result.
One of the things immediately I tune into is you have a lot of energy of protecting, which is not bad, but keep in mind that a lot of previous warriors, we pick up the sword and pick up that shield as soon as something arises. So it's time for you to look at things a little bit differently. So drop the sword and realize that instead of whenever you're putting that shield up and that sword, you're blocking yourself from receiving also good things in your life. So what you want to do is connect more with that connection that you have, whatever it may be, like connect with source, like for example, or the angelic realm, whatever you want to call in, but keep a look at yourself and find out what brings you truly peace and focus on that. Because the thing is, there's two things that the collective and everyone has been really going through. One is really jumping into arms when something feels like they feel attacked. The other, there's a lot of ancestral things we have that are also acting out because they're ready to be cleared. So I'm getting both. I'm getting ancestral stuff that needs to be clearing, and also you as the warrior you've always been and how you just arm up. It's time to bring that down so that way you can actually receive and you can have more of a cleared mind and be more at peace with yourself.
Beautiful, beautiful. So Galadriel says, I have a question now that the lymphoma battle is done. I don't know what my purpose is. I think everybody's so incredibly proud of you and all of the things you did to get better. We all love you so much. I'll look real quick. So Holy Ones, looking at beautiful Galadriel real quick. Does Galadriel have a code? Can I see you? Okay, so is the top, we're taking the bottom. Okay, so is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 6? Oh, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, beautiful woman. I'm going to send you one of the brand new codes that just came in. They are so big. They're like holding on to something going, wow, because I don't really know exactly what all they do, but they're very potent. And I'll know by the weekend. Yay. I keep playing with them. And this was called Saturn. So here it comes. Close your eyes. Saturn. Oh, you know what? I think we're going to ground first. Ground. 120, 122, 121, 135, let's see, 41, 33, 104, 106. Okay, there you go. And then here comes that one for you. Saturn, release control and being controlled. Now, what you did was so good is you released the control that was put upon you by saying, you've got this and you're going to go out. And you said, oh, no, I'm not. And you got well. And so we just love you for that. God bless you. And I release beautiful Galadriel. Okay.
Okay, well, since I'm clairsentient, I feel your Kundalini is about to be expressed. I feel your root chakra very much. It has not fully opened yet, but I think that's because you're healing. And you got one of my favorite cards in the tarot deck, which is a card of spiritual transformation. Although in one of our episodes of Woo-Woo-Ville, where we talked about tarot, I was asked what's the most misunderstood card in the deck? Death. Because it's not physical death. It's the death of the old you, the old one who was sick, for example. Now it's the new you. And I think that's why I'm feeling the fire in your furnace. So
Oh,
with the death card, I love this imagery in the Thoth deck because there are strings like a piano strings. Every time the scythe gets moved, new bubbles of life get formed. And there's a phoenix behind the head, and that's the crown of Osiris who was resurrected on the skeleton's head. So it's all about new me, new me, new me. So
yeah.
it's up to you to find your purpose, but you're on the path. And you're starting to get very much feeling that creative force of life within your body again, which is going to be very exciting for you, I think.
Oh, that's so great. That makes sense because one of your little feet were up like a flamingo. I'm so excited for you about to get the Kundalini. Go ahead, dear.
Okay, so what I'm connecting with is it's so interesting because as we go through these big, huge moments in our lives where we shed away something so big as like your health issues that you were having and now you're clear, we get so caught up in the what's my purpose now. So one of the things um, that completely brought ease into my life was realizing my life purpose has always been me. Your life purpose is to heal. Your life purpose is to be at peace. Your life purpose is to bring forth the best life you possibly can. Any career you have, anything you do in life, that can change overnight. You can change overnight. Um, I have gone through careers where I thought like I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, and then all of a sudden the passion of doing it comes down. So your life purpose is what brings you joy, what lights you up, that passion. That is what you want to do for the moment. But don't get caught up in that's what you need to do for the rest of your life because that is definitely not it. Your true part where you need to focus is you as far as your growth, as far as constantly healing yourself so that that way you can bring those the best life situations into your life because that's what truly is going to fill you up.
Beautiful. Okay, now I got lost. Hold on. That's beautiful, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna look at Jeannie. Where's Jeannie? I think, oh no, Jessica's next. We'll get to you, Jeannie. So Jessica says, I would love some codes. This is Jessica F, everybody. I know a lot of Jessicas. She says, I would love some codes or a reading if you have time. I'm feeling stressed and not sleeping well, Jessica. So let me take a look at Jessica. So Jessica, yeah, a lot of thinking going on. So let me take a code for you and get out of the way for these guys. So for Jessica, I'm going to ask you, okay, we're going to go in and get some codes here for Jessica. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I'm going to give you all the March codes. 31. No, excuse me, 33 looping. Oh, that's interesting. It's like you're seeing yourself and then you roll the shade back up. So seeing yourself, you want to do that. You want to see all the beautiful parts of you. So please just let that information come in, especially after we get done with you. Just let it come in. I'm going to give you 31 for 33 for loop, 41, call your power back, 104 purification, 106, okay, 106 lower energy. Then I'm going to do a little bit bigger out the door. Well, that's going to help. Okay, now your energy's open: body, mind, spirit, emotion. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to hand you over to Lola.
Well, I'm already pulling stuff out of the heart.
Go.
Whew. Okay. Here's my suggestion because I can feel the anxiety in you. I feel it. And I just learned a trick. And it's a somatic trick, and it only takes 60 seconds and it works. I just discovered this 2 days ago. You put your right hand on your forehead,
Mhm.
put your left hand on the back of your head, and you press just enough so you feel there's pressure there. Okay. It's not gentle. You want to make sure, but it's not harsh either. It's just steady pressure. And then you count to 60.
Okay.
And darn if that doesn't calm the nervous system down. It is fantastic.
Awesome.
That's my first suggestion because I can feel the jangliness in you.
Good.
The card I pulled for you is perfect. It's called the Four of Cups, which is the four of emotions, and see how everything's filling up in the cups. So this is a card, it's called luxury, but luxury is not like having a luxury yacht. Luxury is knowing you have everything you need to survive. You've got food, you've got friends, you even have things like toilet paper that they don't have in other parts of the world, right? This is you focusing on not all the things that could possibly go wrong, but what are the things I do have that are working? And sometimes we forget simple things. I've even said this on Woo-Woo-Ville. One day I woke up in the morning and went, I'm so glad I have wrists. Look what my wrists do.
Oh, yay.
So that's what I'm going to suggest for you. In addition, please try the somatic trick. I love it. It works for me. I do it in the mornings now. And then also hand on heart and then another hand on the stomach for a few minutes while you breathe evenly. And then see if that helps you. And then focusing on what you actually have that's functioning and making your life work right now. I think it's going to be very transformative for you.
And what I'm getting for you, Jessica, is it's time to focus on the little things that mean the most. Example, when you wake up in the morning, set up a time to, like, before you do anything in your life, just have gratitude for all the things you already have, like the fact that you're healthy, the fact that you woke up, that
Funny
you're
how that
breathing.
goes with my card.
Yep. The fact that there's so many things, like be grateful for the loved ones that are near you, because what that's going to do is going to shift that energy. What your energy needs, you're very strong, energetic. Like when people are very strong energetically, what they need is a focus into an energy that is going to bring them back something. So gratitude is one of those energies that is going to come around, because when you're focusing too much on things that are not beneficial to you, that's what's going to cause that anxiety. That's what's going to cause all that chaos in your life. So if you focus on just being centered into gratitude, and definitely the first thing you should be doing other than being grateful is grounding, because that will change your life. And even throughout your day, just when you remember, take a couple minutes to just be grateful for all the things you have. You'll notice how you'll switch your energy around. That would be my advice to you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you guys, if you can sing out afterwards, let everybody know how you're doing. Make sure you drink some water.
Mhm.
Okay, so Lisa B is saying that she's been dizzy for weeks, weird pain where her uterus would be injured, left leg multiple times in the last 2 weeks. Whenever I hear people saying they injured themselves over and over again, that's usually a time to sit and take stock, relax and see why that happens. Okay, so let's go ahead, get you a code. So where's Lisa? Absolutely thinking quite a bit. So let's begin by seeing, is she grounded? Is she in her body? So we're just going to start with that. That's just my first thing, right? Grounded in the body, 33. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take down what's in front of you. You've got like a right there. We're going to go. Okay. And we're going to go 33, 41, 104, 106. Okay. So been dizzy. Is that thing in front? What about that? Is that so? That is projection. So whatever you're thinking and feeling, you're projecting right out in front of you. Okay. So that was a very interesting way they showed that to me. So it's a screen. So whatever you're, so this is just such a great way to look at it. If I'm angry and I'm going to the store, you can best believe my anger is being projected out and people react to that. Okay. So if I'm scared, worried, that gets projected out. That happens. It's just a thing. So I'm going to go after a code to clear that. I did the first thing, which was take it down. We're going to get the code for it. So 1, is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 1? Is it 2? Clearing with the golden dragon to break the obstacle. So if somebody's got an obstacle, ask for the golden dragon to break it. 162. 163, the unmasking of the two-headed mind. And they tell me to stop because that's a super big code. And these guys are going to give you the understanding of what's going on with you. So God bless you. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm pulling energy from your system, and it is in the area you mentioned earlier that is very feminine related. And Lisa, you took class from me, so your card is truth. So I agree with Mary. There's been just too much overthinking. So if you might remember, truth is feeling mentally stuck. So now let's flip it to its highest version. If it's in its highest version, that's the 4 elements of earth, air, water, earth, and what am I missing? Fire.
Fire.
Imagine, instead of letting all those thoughts make you feel stuck, imagine you're balancing each of those together. And I think that might help you, because right now it does feel like almost a sense of I don't even know which foot to put forward right now. That's when you feel stuck. So I'm going to ask you to try to flip this card into its highest version, which is, let me use my mind to focus on what needs the most balance right now. Should I be focusing my mind and my thoughts on my body? Should I be focusing it on my thoughts? Should I be focusing on my feelings? Or should I be focusing it on my willpower? Or is it a combination? But I think if you start working on balancing, it'll get you out of that feeling of being stuck. And I think it will help your body too.
Mhm. And Lisa, what I'm getting is there's a this is a time of your life to really center yourself and decide to ask yourself the tough questions of the left side, your leg, especially I tune into, is all about it's time for you to allow to receive. You can't just be giving, like you need to focus on the people that truly give you back too, because you need to receive. You're very off balance. In fact, the first mental picture I got was like you limping, like standing on your right foot and lifting your left foot because it's so off balance. So, and that obviously keeps repeating too. So it's time to you to go within and really start doing an inventory of in my life who is really worth having as far as who's giving to you, and you're getting that fair trade back of you giving and receiving, because it's really off balance when we focus too much on just giving what because we drain ourselves off after our cup is empty, we start pouring from our health. That's one thing that people don't realize. When we over pour, where it starts really affecting is our health. And trust me, I can definitely vouch for that. I've been there. So all I can say is just really focus. It's that time for you to be self first, not selfish, self first, and really acknowledge who in your life is like it's time to do that inventory of who stays and who goes, because this depends on you being in a better place and having better health and just being more at flow. That's what I have for you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Trying to listen to you guys and make sure I have everybody. The next person is Wendy. Why is the stomach irritated this last week, Wendy? So I'm going to go to you real quick. I'm going to give you the March codes. Let me just look at you here. Okay, so I'm going to clear something from around your neck. So you guys have noticed I almost never answer your question because I do the first stuff, the first layer. I have to do it that way. So it opens a door for these guys to look at you. So they're doing such a great job. Okay, so I'm gonna take that thing off your neck. So everybody close your eye, or not everybody, but she can close her eyes. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Wow, you're looking at me now. Okay, 33, 41, 104, 106. Okay, very good. So I am releasing from you these emotions or feelings. Clearing now, traitor, enemy, overthrown, fight for your life, clearing in the north, south, east, west, all lifetimes, timelines, forms, structures, families, universes, patterns, and programming. So you're picking up what's out in the field, unless those are things that you're thinking about. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to give you page 1 codes. They're very powerful, page 1 codes. And what they're all about is you are standing on an abyss of sort. I don't know what exactly that abyss means, but we're going to take it from there. Okay, so, whoa, you got some big angels coming in. Okay, so is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? This is the release, the pain body, release anxiety, open to self-love, open to flow. Release control, which is fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. So let me look at you now. Good. Windy, body, mind, spirit, emotion. Where you were before is you were kind of like, and kind of, that's a little bit of trauma. So you're looking good now, and I'm going to release you. Go ahead, everybody.
Okay, well, I've had my hands on my stomach the entire time. So I would recommend you do that yourself if you haven't. Just allow the energy. You don't have to be Reiki trained, but allow energy, focus on love, let it come through your hands, bring it out to your stomach. And your card goes right with what Mary said. It's the 2 of Wands, dominion. And dominion does not mean dominating anyone. Dominion means this is my domain. I take charge. Me. And it goes with all that, everything Mary's been saying there. So this is you declaring your freedom. This is you applying your willpower. So instead of feeling like all of these forces are coming in on you, I could feel your throat. So I would put, if I were you, since it's a new moon, you can write your own version, but I would start making declarations for the new moon about you having more freedom and sovereignty. Put your hand on your stomach. I would put one right here on your throat so you can feel the vibration. And I would recommend I am statements. So you could, if you're not ready to declare full freedom yet, you could say, I am beginning to declare freedom. I am beginning to understand freedom. I am beginning to realize I am worthy of freedom. You can pick your own mantra, but I think that might be a very good way for you to use new moon energy right now.
Okay. And Jeannie, what I'm picking up is that your sacral
Oh, this isn't Jeannie.
it's not?
It's Wendy.
Oh, okay. Wendy. Sorry. What I'm picking up is that your sacral is very here's one thing that by healing I've learned is that we only get bothered by things outside if we are giving life to something inside of us that's connecting with that energy. So the sacral is all about its emotional pain that we trap inside. So even though the outside is affecting you, there's things within you that you need to let go of that so that that way those things don't bother you anymore. And some of the things, for example, the sacral, it's one of those places where it's a very much earth connection chakra because those are our emotions in this world. So I would suggest like breath work, for example, is excellent because then you're releasing that any stress that builds up, you're like fully sitting on top of, you're taking care of that extra stress, relieving that. Anything that's surfacing up, you're releasing it. And it is a lot gentler than for that is specific chakra point. The other thing too is when you feel the stomach issues, notice your thoughts because your thoughts will tell you a lot of where that you need to be led to as far as what needs to be healed within yourself. And I'm also getting that there is a pattern as far as I see a role of connection. So it's definitely like ancestral. So the thing when we grow up with our families, there's a lot of fear things that are passed down and we just hear them and we think because we heard them that they're just gone away, but the true echoes of the remainder of that, it's what sometimes lacks onto that fear that's around us, and that's why we're bringing it in and claiming it as ours. So definitely I would suggest listening to the thoughts when you're getting those stomach problems and really finding a way to clear the extra stress or those extra emotions. And as I said, breath work will be a great thing for you. And I do offer a breath work class. You can ask Mary information, and it's every other Monday evening from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. Yep.
Or 10 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. And usually
Yep.
Okay, so now we're up to Jeannie, for goodness sakes, and Jeannie is our last person. Okay, let me look at you. So what I see is you've got a thunderbolt in one hand. Drop the thunderbolt, please. And go ahead and stand on that emerald. And we're just going to call in everybody that wants to come in and say hi to Jeannie. Okay, so what we want to do here is go ahead and clear some emotions for you. Is it one? Is it two? Is it three? Is it one? Is it two? Is it three? Is it four? Is it five? Is it six? Is it seven? Is it eight? Is it nine? Is it 10? Is it 11? Okay, so number 11, I can tell you're working through this stuff. I can tell you're not just sitting in it. You're working through it because you'd be back on page 1 of emotions if you were not doing anything about this. I know you are. Okay, so I'm going to clear from you frustration, foggy, taken for a ride, not in your body, nor southeast, west, 0 point field, all lifetimes, timelines, forms, structures, families, universes, patterns, and programming. And it's programming. It's programming because there's stuff. So the stuff on the outside is becoming the stuff on the inside. Okay, so what we want to do is go in there and see what that is. And I'm going to take that out. Okay, right out of Jeannie and off and off and off. Okay, that's about 8,000% better there. So I would bet, my dear friend there, that yeah, I know it's been a long time, hasn't it? I can still feel like I'm hugging all you guys though that I know from back in the Pacific Northwest. Is there a code there for Jeannie? Yeah, there is. Okay, so is it one? Is it two? Is it three? Is it one? Is it two? Is it three? This is body, mind, emotion code, growth stretch 43, higher chakra clearing. I am the sun, time healing. How long is that going to be? 5, 10, 15, 20, 24 hours timed healing. Give it over to Ra. Give it up for Ra. Okay, doing that one more time. I am the sun. 46 kaleidoscope mind, which is overwhelmed. You're just going to balance out. 47 blue column of light, clearing people off of you. So let's see if you're doing that. You are now. And then whatever that number is, that's Amaral's code, the karma one. Okay, so just clear that off. Okay, so where are you at now? Okay, that's good. Body, mind, spirit, emotions. Okay, so I hand you over to these masters here.
Okay. Jeannie, I love you. I think you're wonderful, intuitive, and you're not trusting yourself. Because what I feel is my ears are burning. So it's kind of like, and it's just like, what have you been listening to lately? Because it's not you.
Oh.
You're listening to, I don't know, maybe some of the fears of the world right now. But the reason I'm saying this is because not only are my ears are burning, but your card is the 10 of discs, the 10 of earth, which is wealth. Now, yes, this could be money, but what's more important, when the ears are burning, that's telling me there's a communication problem. This is the card of communications because on every coin there's symbols of Mercury.
Oh.
This is as above, this is earth. This is the highest spirit. These are the paths we take in life. You know, we need to rebalance ourselves all the time. This is telling me, I know you're intuitive. You're getting the information. You have it. You're capable of it. You can filter out the stuff that's going into your head right now, causing the confusion and the burning sensation. So my suggestion is ground yourself, number one, because this is an earth card. Number two, trust you are getting information from every dimension, from the highest dimension down. Do not fall for the propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming from a lower realm. Okay. This is the part of this right here. That's the moon. That's illusion. That's where propaganda comes from. But you have information coming from all the way down. So you can examine the illusion and you can see through it and you can declare yourself, I know I'm getting the right messages. And I know you are too, because I've met you. You are very intuitive. If you've been watching the news, I would recommend you take a break from it for a week or so. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. You need to start trusting what a good conduit you are of messages from spirit to earth, earth to spirit.
Well, now that you guys covered everything, I did feel immediately like a blockage, especially on the ears, funny enough, in almost like you going like this as like more like covering yourself, like protecting yourself from outside sources. So what Spirit's telling me, it's time for you to fully acknowledge the power within you. You have the power to choose of not tuning into things that aren't really servicing you. You
Mhm.
have the power to say when you hear something, and if it makes your body feel weird, awkward in a certain way where it's not aligning with you, you have the power to release it. And I think with you, it's more about the initial when you start feeling it to just release it from you, especially being an intuitive, because that's what I don't think there's such thing as any of us that we don't every once in a while we'll get something that's really not aligned with us, but it's up to us to let it like live in our bodies, or we just let it go because it doesn't belong to us. And that's what Spirit's telling me. It's just be tuned into what truly feels right, that it's aligned with you, and the stuff that's not, let it go. It doesn't belong to you.
I
I
would
hope
like to
that
ask,
helps.
thank you, you
Mhm.
guys. It's such great advice. Jeannie, does your stomach feel any different? So I'm just going to look over and tell you guys, I know we're a couple minutes over and I know you guys got another thing to do right after this. So I just want to thank everybody for coming. These types of things are really, 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 really fun. And I really appreciated being with you. I miss all of you guys an awful lot, but I don't really feel like I don't have you in my lives. I feel like I do because I talked to both of you. I talked to some of you and, we're doing stuff in the spirit realm. And that's where your thunderbolt probably ought to live. We need to use that kind of personal power in our dream state to do what we are creating on Earth. And some stuff's got to go. Okay. Much lighter. Laughed at the lightning bolt. Feeling that lately for sure. You're right, Lola. I've got a lot of second guessing. Been having a lot of confusion. Need that grounding. World got me effed up right now. I think you're right on blocked ears and all. So I looked at your ears though. Your ears are open. It's just you don't want to hear that. You don't have implants or anything. You had entities, which now are gone. But and don't be worried about entities. You can get one at the 7-Eleven or Wawa, which I say for around here. So don't even worry about it. So bless you all, everybody. Thank you for spending some time with us. And you will see me very shortly. And Karen Bonifilio, who can talk about mental health and wellness, because she's just a wealth of that stuff. She's a podcaster that I love. And so she's going to come on in the freaking future. I think it might be next week. I don't know. I barely know it's the 18th. So bless you, two of my dear friends. I love you. And I hope you had fun.
Yes, thank you so much for having us, and thank
Yeah.
everyone for tuning in.
And if you like us, check out Welcome to Woo-Woo-Ville
Yeah, do
episode.
welcome to Woo-Woo-Ville for sure.
Yeah, they
And
come out every Thursday.
did you say about your what did you say about your offerings? Did you say everything you needed to say?
Just that there's a $45 special right now on Spirit Guide drawings. I draw them by hand, like this one here.
Yeah.
And then send you a digital message with the picture and the message from the guides. It's normally $60. So if anybody's interested, if you're not friends with me on Facebook, contact Mary. She'll hook you up with me. And if you want tarot readings, I do those too. Imagine that. So I have a website, lolasinger.com. You can check me out there. If you like me, then feel free to reach out and we can do readings.
Yeah. And do that compass thing because that really is great. She'll go, this is gonna happen, this, and like she just said, she gave the best understanding of what the type of work she does is all about. And just listening to these guys, they are a wealth of knowledge. And I just thank you both, love you. And have you guys have a good show because I think that's what's coming up on your end, isn't it?
Yep.
We're going to record an episode right now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Bye, everybody. Love you.
Bye.